Okay, let's dive right into this massive leak. We're talking about Google's new AI agent dropping just days before the May 19th, 2026 Google I/O event. If you thought the AI wars were already moving at breakneck speed, well, what we're going to cover in this explainer is going to completely rewrite the rules. We are literally looking at the end of the chatbot era and the beginning of something much, much bigger. I want you to really think about this for a second. What if your AI could just buy things without asking you first? Imagine an AI that doesn't just sit there passively waiting for a prompt, but actually acts on your behalf autonomously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's watching your inbox, handling your schedule, and yeah, potentially spending your money. Crazy, right? But this isn't science fiction anymore. So, Section 1. Meet Gemini Spark. Let's map out how all this went down, because while the leak happened super fast, the tech itself absolutely did not. Originally, this was a highly guarded internal project codenamed Remy. And get this, Google has actually been working on Remy for 10 years. Now they're rebranding it for the public release this week as Gemini Spark. So, week 1, code sleuths spotted the Remy framework hiding inside the Google app. Then week 2, beta version 17.23 officially leaked the Gemini Spark name. And here we are in week 3, expecting the full reveal at the Google I/O keynote. With a whole decade of development behind it, Spark is honestly positioned to completely disrupt all the other large language models out there. Moving on to Section 2, chatbots versus autonomous agents. To really wrap our heads around why this is such a massive deal, you have to think of it less like a search engine and way more like a digital intern who literally never sleeps. Just look at the old era of prompt-based AI. You know the drill, you have to write paragraphs of context, upload a bunch of files, and practically beg the model to understand what you're doing before every single task. Now, contrast that with a 24/7 background agent. It's anticipating your needs, monitoring your workflows in real time, and just executing things autonomously. You aren't prompting it anymore, you're managing it. So when we look at the specific leaked capabilities of Spark, we're talking about an agent that can actively triage your inbox. It's automatically archiving newsletters, unsubscribing you from all that junk mail. It can generate pre-meeting briefs by just pulling context from your Google Drive docs literally minutes before you jump on a call. It can execute multi-step web workflows right in Chrome, filling out forms, navigating websites. It even uses a specialized model they're calling Spark Robin to interpret complex visual interfaces and charts. It's doing all these mundane tasks without you even lifting a finger. All right, Section 3, the passive context advantage. Now, what really gives Google this unfair, incredibly disruptive advantage is something called a passive context engine. You see, Spark doesn't need this massive onboarding session where you have to explain who you are and how you work. Why? Because, well, Google has essentially been running an onboarding session on you for years. It natively draws on your existing historical data without you having to manually upload a single thing. It already has the keys to your filing cabinet, so to speak. And just look at how deep this integration goes with tools you probably use every single day. Gmail feeds Spark your entire communication history and receipts. Drive hands over your project files. Calendar maps out your whole network of contacts. I mean, Google already has all of our info from our Gmail accounts, and they have for years. And now that same data is acting as the ultimate fuel for an autonomous agent. You can really start to see why this is going to be almost impossibly tough for outside competitors to match. Section 4. The AI agent arms race. Because, of course, the competition isn't just sitting still. Let's break down the battlefield here. At the top, we've got Google's Gemini Spark, powered by their super-fast 3.2 flash thinking models, and they're just dominating that native ecosystem automation. But look at the others. OpenAI is pushing Operator for B2B flows, along with a new ultra-fast mode for codecs. Meanwhile, Anthropic is gearing up with Orbit and Cowork. These are agents designed to proactively brief you across outside apps like Slack and GitHub. The race to build your ultimate digital employee is absolutely in full swing. And here's a really fascinating twist. Google is actually adopting the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Now, this is a standard that was originally pioneered by Anthropic. By integrating MCP, Gemini Spark won't just be trapped inside Google Workspace anymore. It's going to be able to plug seamlessly into outside third-party tools. It's essentially Google admitting, okay, we need to play nice with the rest of the web to make this work. Section 5. The price of autonomy. Now, obviously, all of this incredible power comes with some pretty unprecedented trade-offs. I want you to read this leaked warning from Google's own Spark beta onboarding screen really closely. It says it, quote, may do things like share your info or make purchases without asking, unquote. I mean, wow. Google is explicitly telling users right there that this agent is experimental and it can spend your money completely on its own.
That is a massive, massive leap from a friendly chatbot that just writes you a poem.
Think about it. Centralizing your entire digital life into one agent creates a massive single point of failure. The leak also reveals that Spark retains your remote browser session data. Basically, that means it actually remembers the state of the websites it navigates for you. Plus, we're looking at some major regulatory hurdles ahead. The European AI Act strictly classifies autonomous financial decisions as high risk, which is setting up an inevitable huge clash between big tech and global regulators.
So how do you actually prepare before this officially drops? Well, you're going to need to set some strict boundaries. Step 1. Review and clean up your connected workspace apps. Seriously, disconnect anything you aren't using. Step 2. Organize your Gmail labels. Spark is going to inherit whatever mess you have, so if your inbox is total garbage, the agent's output is going to be garbage too. And most importantly, step 3, as soon as you get access to this, go in and define strict purchasing limits and delegation rules in your settings.
Which really brings us to the final overriding question of this whole explainer. Is the ultimate convenience of an autonomous AI actually worth handing over the absolute keys to our digital lives? I mean, Gemini Spark definitely proves the technology is ready to work for us 24/7. But the real question we have to ask ourselves is, are we ready for it? Let's all think about that as we wait for the keynote.